Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I think every business owner struggles with. How to simplify marketing to actually get results.
Yeah.
We've got notes and excerpts from this course called Simplicity in Marketing, and it's like all about cutting through the clutter. So are you ready to break down marketing into something you can actually use?
Absolutely. This course starts by acknowledging that feeling. That feeling of overwhelm. Too many platforms, too many tactics. It's easy to get lost.
Totally. It really is like trying to drink from a fire hose. So the course has a solution.
Well, they introduced this framework called GSOT, which stands for Goals, Strategies, Objectives, and Tactics.
Okay.
And it's designed to bring, order to all the chaos. The course claims it's used by tons of companies, successful companies, big and small.
Okay. GSOT. I'm intrigued, but definitely need a decoder ring for that acronym.
Right.
Break it down for me.
Okay, so first up you have your goal. What's the one thing you want to achieve with your marketing? It's got to be measurable, tied to a specific time frame, and focused on your business's overall direction.
Okay, so not just more customers,
Yeah.
but something like increase online sales by 20% this quarter.
Exactly. That's specific, measurable, and time-bound.
Got it.
Next, you've got your strategy. This is the high-level plan for hitting that goal. Think of it as your roadmap.
Okay. So if my goal is those online sales, my strategy might be to focus on social media ads and a killer email campaign.
You got it.
Okay. Then we have objectives. These are the milestones you're aiming for along the way. They measure your progress towards the goal.
Okay, so things like get 500 new Instagram followers or hit a 30% open rate on those emails.
Exactly. They tell you if you're on track. Finally, we have tactics. These are the actual actions you take to make it all happen. Okay, so that's where we get into the nitty-gritty, writing those social media posts, designing those emails, setting up the ad campaigns, all that good stuff.
That's it.
Okay.
GSOT takes you from the big picture goal down to the daily to-do list.
I can see how that helps with focus, but the course goes deeper than just defining GOT, right?
Right. One of the big things they emphasize is the value of this framework. It's not just an acronym. It brings tangible benefits to your marketing.
Okay, like what?
Well, for starters, it brings clarity and direction. GSOT helps you avoid random acts of marketing. Every action you take is tied back to a specific goal, ensuring alignment with both your customer needs and your business goals.
So no more throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sold. Then there's resource optimization. When you have a clear framework, you focus your time, your energy, and your money where they'll have the most impact. So no more wasted effort on tactics that don't contribute to your goals.
That's huge, especially for smaller businesses. Anyone with a tight budget, you can't afford to waste resources on things that aren't working.
Exactly. And it's not just about money. It's about making the most of your team's time and energy as well.
Okay, I'm seeing the light. Resource optimization. Check. What else does this magical GSOT framework offer?
Team alignment. So whether it's your internal team or external partners, everyone is on the same page when you have this shared framework. Everyone understands the goals, the strategies, their role in achieving them.
So no more miscommunications or people working at cross purposes. I like that.
Exactly. Everyone rowing the boat in the same direction. Now, I know this all might seem a bit abstract.
Right.
So the course does a great job of bringing GSOT to life with real-world scenarios.
Okay.
You want to see how it plays out in practice.
Absolutely. Hit me with your best example.
Okay, let's start with something relatable. Imagine two young dentists. They just took over a practice from a retiring dentist.
Okay. So sounds like they inherited some patients.
Yeah.
But also a marketing challenge.
Exactly. They're great dentists, but their patient load only keeps one of them busy. They need to attract new patients
Okay.
to make the practice financially viable.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I'm invested.
Yeah.
How does GSOT help them fill those appointment slots?
Well, their goal is clear. They need to book an average of 15 new patient visits per month for the next 3 months to keep both of them busy.
Okay. Concrete, measurable, time-bound. I like it.
Yeah.
What about their strategy? How are they going to attract those new patients?
So they decide on a multi-pronged approach. First, they want to tap into the power of social media, specifically Facebook, because of its targeting capabilities.
Smart move. Target people in their area
Yeah.
who might be looking for a new dentist. Makes sense to go where the people are.
Exactly. They also want to utilize the Nextdoor app because it's hyper-local
Yeah.
and perfect for a business like theirs.
Okay, so Facebook and Nextdoor, what else?
They also decide to implement a referral program
Yeah.
to leverage their existing patient base.
Classic word-of-mouth marketing. Always a winner. But let's talk objectives. How are they going to measure their progress toward that 15 new patients a month goal?
This is where it gets interesting. While metrics like engagement on their Facebook posts and video views on their ads are important, they need to focus on the key performance indicator, or KPI.
Okay.
That directly reflects their goal, the number of new patient bookings.
Okay, so eyes on the prize, new bookings.
Mm.
Love that focus. They're not getting distracted by vanity metrics. What about their tactics?
Okay.
What are they actually going to do to make all of this happen?
On Facebook, they've got a three-pronged tactical approach:
Okay.
posting consistently 3 times a week,
Uh-huh.
running a paid video ad campaign,
Yeah, okay.
targeting specific zip codes,
Yeah.
and making sure their ads have a clear call to action. A book now button that links directly to their online appointment calendar.
Streamlining the whole process. So easy for people to book an appointment. What about next door?
Similar approach, but tailored to the platform. They use the same video from their Facebook campaign
Oh, okay.
and create a Meet Your Dentist feature
Mm-hmm.
to introduce themselves to the community. They also prompt viewers to call to book an appointment. Again, making it super simple for people to take action.
They're really thinking about how to best use each platform. What about those referrals?
They offer a pretty cool incentive.
Okay.
Each existing patient gets 2 sets of branded dental hygiene kits.
Okay.
A toothbrush, floss, and toothpaste.
Okay.
One for themselves and one to give to a friend.
Clever. Practical and promotes good oral hygiene. Can't go wrong with that. So how did it all play out for our entrepreneurial dentists?
Well, the course tells us they exceeded their goal within those 3 months.
Wow.
They noticed that their next-door advertising was driving a lot of phone calls,
Mm-hmm.
so they decided to increase their budget there.
That's a perfect example of how tracking your objectives allows you to make smart adjustments along the way.
Right. They identified what was working best and doubled down on it, leading to even better results.
This dental practice scenario really brings GSOT to life.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how this framework can be applied to all sorts of businesses.
Absolutely. The principles are the same, whether you're a dentist, a retailer, a consultant, or anything in between.
Well, before we get too carried away applying GSOT to every business under the sun, let's hear another real-world example from the course. I'm ready for round 2.
All right. Let's switch gears completely and look at a service provider, specifically a marketing consultant who wants to expand their reach and land new clients.
Okay, a consultant. Completely different from our dentists. How does GSOT apply in this context?
That's the beauty of it. GSU is adaptable to any business model. So in this case, the consultant's goal is to acquire 50 new clients from new markets within 1 year.
Ambitious. But hey, consultants need clients, so I get it. What's the strategy for making that happen?
They decide to leverage their expertise by creating valuable content and sharing it on LinkedIn, a platform where their ideal clients are already hanging out.
Okay. Content marketing to establish themselves as like the go-to expert makes sense. What about objectives? How will they know they're on the right track?
They set a few key objectives. First, they want to gain 1,000 new followers on LinkedIn within 6 months.
Okay.
A good sign they're reaching the right audience.
Makes sense. More followers, more eyes on their content. What else?
They also want to aim for a 10% engagement rate on their posts.
Okay.
That means people aren't just seeing the content, they're liking, commenting, sharing, expanding the consultant's reach even further.
Engagement is key. It's about sparking conversations, building relationships. What's the final objective?
They want to generate at least 5 leads per month. Through LinkedIn, people actually interested in their services.
That's the money metric right there. Turning like followers and engagement into potential clients.
Okay.
Right. Let's hear about the tactics.
Okay.
How are they going to put this plan into action?
Their tactical plan has a few components. First, they commit to posting high-quality, insightful content on LinkedIn 3 times a week, consistently showing up for their audience.
Consistency is key. You can't just pop in like once in a blue moon and expect people to remember you.
Right.
What kind of content are we talking about here?
They're sharing their expertise through a mix of formats.
Okay.
Articles, short videos, engaging text posts, and even LinkedIn live sessions to connect with their audience in real time.
A good mix keeps things interesting. Appeals to different learning styles, too. What else are they doing?
They're actively participating in relevant LinkedIn groups, joining conversations, answering questions, sharing insights. to build relationships
Oh, yeah.
and establish their credibility.
Being a genuine part of the community, not just shouting into the void. I like it.
And they're not forgetting about networking.
Oh, okay.
Regularly connecting with potential clients, sending personalized messages, even offering free consultations to showcase their expertise.
Okay, taking that online engagement and turning it into real-life opportunities, I'm seeing how GSF helps tie all these efforts together.
Exactly. Every action is connected back to their goals, their strategies, and their objectives. It's all part of a cohesive plan.
These examples have been super helpful. But I have a confession. I still get a little confused about the difference between strategy and tactics.
It's a common question.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Your strategy is the overall game plan,
Okay.
while your tactics are the specific plays you use to win the game.
Okay, sports analogies, I can get on board with that. So, my strategy might be to win the championship by focusing on defense, while my tactics would be the specific formations, player assignments, and defensive maneuvers I use during each game.
You got it.
Okay,
Strategy is the big picture. Tactics are the how-to details.
that clears things up. The course also talks about the difference between metrics and KPIs. What's the, key distinction there?
Metrics are all the data points you can track. Website traffic, social media followers, email open rates, the list goes on and on. Yeah. But your KPI, your key performance indicator, is the one metric that truly reflects the success of your goal.
So for our dentists, all those engagement metrics on Facebook are interesting,
Yeah.
but the real KPI is the number of new patient bookings.
Exactly. Your KPI is your North Star metric.
Okay.
It tells you if you're actually achieving what you set out to do.
That makes sense. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the data, but focusing on the KPI keeps you on track.
The course really hammers that point home. Focus on what truly matters.
Speaking of focus, this course is called Simplicity in Marketing. For a reason, right? What's the overarching message they're trying to convey?
The core message is that simplicity is a superpower, but it's not about being lazy or cutting corners.
Right.
It's about being intentional, strategic, and disciplined in your approach.
So it's a deliberate effort to simplify, not just a lucky accident.
Exactly. It takes work to simplify. You have to understand your goals, your audience,
Yeah,
and the most effective ways to reach them.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Without that upfront strategic thinking, you're more likely to end up with a, messy marketing plan that doesn't get you anywhere.
Exactly. Simplicity comes from thoughtful planning and execution, stripping away the unnecessary to focus on what truly moves the needle.
Okay, I'm convinced. Simplicity is the way to go. But I'm also realizing that achieving that simplicity, it requires discipline. And let's be honest, that can be a challenge.
It definitely takes effort, but the course argues that the payoff is worth it.
How so? What's the reward for embracing simplicity in your marketing?
When you simplify, you free up time and energy
Yeah.
to focus on what really matters, creating great content, connecting with your audience,
Yeah.
and growing your business.
Less stress, more impact. I'm all for that.
It's about working smarter, not harder. And the GSOT framework is a powerful tool to help you do just that.
This deep dive has been a great reminder that even in the, complex world of marketing, simplicity can be your secret weapon.
Absolutely. It's about being intentional, focused, and disciplined. And GOC gives you that framework to get there.
I'm feeling inspired to declutter my own marketing and really hone in on what's working. Thanks for sharing these insights.
My pleasure. It's been a pleasure diving into this with you.
Now, before we wrap up, the course mentions another framework for setting and tracking goals
Oh, yeah.
called OKR's Objectives and Key Results. I'd love to get your take on that. How does it compare to GSOT?
That's a great question. OKRs are a popular framework, especially in the tech world. They share some similarities with GSOT, but there's a key distinction. With OKRs, you're setting ambitious objectives and then defining the key results that need to be achieved to demonstrate progress toward that objective.
So it's like setting a big, hairy, audacious goal
Yeah,
and then breaking it down into smaller, measurable steps.
exactly. But the thing that makes OKRs different is that they're designed to stretch you, to push you and your team beyond what you think is possible.
I can see how that could be motivating. But is there a danger in setting goals that are too ambitious?
Yeah.
Like setting yourself up for failure
Yeah.
and feeling discouraged?
That's a valid concern. The key with OKRs is to find that sweet spot
Okay.
between ambition and achievability. You want goals that are challenging but not demotivating, and you need a clear understanding of the resources and effort required to achieve them.
So it sounds like OKRs are more about pushing boundaries and driving innovation, while GOS is about creating a clear, actionable roadmap for achieving specific marketing goals.
That's a great way to put it. Both frameworks have their place and can be effective, depending on your needs and goals.
But this course seems to favor GOS for marketing specifically. Why is that?
The course argues that GSOT is a particularly good fit for marketing because it provides that clear, actionable path from your overall goal down to the specific tactics you'll use to achieve it.
Okay,
Like it's like having a to-do list ready to go once you've defined your tactics.
I love that. It takes the guesswork out of marketing.
Exactly. It helps transform that feeling of overwhelm
Yeah.
into a sense of clarity and purpose.
Okay, so GSOT helps us get specific with our marketing. But I'm curious, could you use OKRs and GSOT together? Would that make sense?
The course actually suggests doing just that. Use OKRs for those big, long-term, ambitious goals, and then use GSOT to break down the specific marketing campaigns that will help you achieve them.
That's interesting. So you might have an OKR like become the leading voice in sustainable fashion, and then use GSOT to map out specific campaigns,
Yeah.
like launching a podcast,
Yeah.
partnering with influencers, or creating a content series.
Right.
That all contribute to that bigger goal.
Exactly. It's about having both.
Yeah.
The big vision and the practical steps to get there.
This is making me totally rethink how I approach marketing. I've always been a bit of a ready, fire, aim kind of person, but I can see how that's not sustainable as my business grows.
It's a common trap.
Yeah.
But GSOT helps you to be more intentional with your efforts, which ultimately saves you time, money, and stress.
So for our listener who's ready to embrace simplicity and get more strategic with their marketing, where's the best place to start?
Start by identifying that one marketing goal that's most important right now.
Okay.
Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on what will make the biggest difference for your business in this moment.
Love that advice. And once they have that goal, they can work backwards, using GSA to define their strategy, their objectives, and their tactics.
Exactly. And remember, it's not a one-and-done exercise.
Right.
Review your GSO regularly, track your progress, and be willing to adjust as needed. Marketing is constantly changing, so your plan should be flexible enough to adapt.
This deep dive has been incredible. I feel like I've gained a whole new toolkit for approaching marketing strategically. It's not about doing more, it's about doing the right things. And GSOT gives you the framework to do just that.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you. Remember, simplicity is a superpower, and it's a power you can harness to achieve amazing results.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you're feeling inspired and empowered to simplify your marketing and reach your goals. Until next time, happy marketing.